What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from Hoof Hearted Brewing, and they're out of Marengo, Ohio, and this is their Dorks of Hazard Redorx. So they're calling this a double IPA that comes in at 8.6% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in the time of review. This can is approximately 6 weeks old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka NoJinx, for hooking me up with this one. He sent me a bunch of awesome beer recently. So I'll post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he sent my way. And honestly, it sent me a lot of hop forward stuff and a lot of stuff that I'm looking forward to drinking, and this is one of them. So yeah, this is one of their beers I believe they brewed, brewed and canned around their facility, around their brewery. It does say on the can, it says Columbus, Ohio, brewed and canned by Hoof Hearted Brewing, Columbus, Ohio. They have the Marengo, Ohio, I believe, location. They have the kitchen, I believe, in Columbus. So this is not one of their contract brewed beers, as far as I know. So yeah, I don't know much about this beer. It says I drink at 46 degrees Fahrenheit. This is probably around 50. Keep refrigerated, which I did. And yeah, so yeah, anyway, I don't think I've ever had the regular Dorks of Hazard. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Hoof Hearted, I hate their name, but they make good beer, and I can't deny it. So let me crack this one open and give it a pour. See what we got going on. So overfill from them. It's crazy overfill, but we'll be fine. All right, pour it like a maniac. All right, so that looks beautiful. That looks like, you know, when you're crazy New England style IPAs. This is a super bright, vibrant, like straight up sunshine in a glass looking color. Might be a little bit more dull on camera, but in camera, yeah, it looks murky. It looks turbid. It looks just fantastic. Has about a finger of this bright white, fluffy, slightly creamy looking head. But yeah, that looks delicious, honestly. If you're talking about New England style double IPA, which this is, they just call it double IPA, but it's New England style double IPA, then this is what you want it to look like. At least this is what I want it to look like. Let's get a nose. That smells fantastic. Man, tons, and I mean tons of orange tangerine, dare I say Tangelo. Haven't busted out the Tangelo tasting note or even in the aroma in a long time, but this has all the juicy citrus components that I've ever wanted in a beer. Yeah, it's tons of, I mean, like it's like orange juice, but there's a little bit of like the peel, and it's like a sweeter, like candied orange peel, tangerine peel. Underneath it, peach and apricot. Slight acidic feel to it as well. And I don't think they're using lactose in here, although I could be wrong, but I'm getting a touch of vanilla as well. Yeah, definitely a touch of vanilla. Could be coming also from the malt. There's a slight like bready, biscuity, crackery thing going on, like picking up the malt ever so slight. And it smells awesome. It smells juicy. It smells fantastic. I want to get into it. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Jeff. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. The aroma carries over to the taste about 95%. A lot of orange, a lot of tangerine, tons of Tangelo, sweeter, almost OJ vibes to it, like almost you're drinking OJ. The body on this one, a little bit light, a little bit thin, dare I say a bit thin. Shout out to Paul over at PaTroll News. This drink's more like a 6.5, 7% beer than 8.6. This is like lower side of medium, approaching medium body, 8.6%. It's a bit thin. But I don't know how many times I can say this, but it'll probably be every single time I review a double or triple IPA that's thin in the body. I don't mind it. Some people might have an issue with it. For me, if I get an 8.5, 9% double IPA that drinks like a 6.5, 7% IPA as far as the body is concerned, I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it. That's what I like. I want it to be more refreshing, easier to drink. I don't want something to weigh me down, especially when you're talking about a double or triple IPA. I want it to be more refreshing than drinking, you know, a 10% Imperial Stout. That's just me personally, though. Could be different for a lot of people out there. That's just me personally. Mouthfeel has carbonation. It's appropriate. Has a nice soft smoothness. It's not like your upper echelon mouthfeels when it comes to doing style IPAs or double IPAs, but it's nice. So body and mouthfeel, maybe a bit underwhelming, but it's still pretty solid. It tastes just like straight on juice. Like I said, tons of orange, tangerine, Tangelo, a little bit of peach and apricot. I'm still getting that tinge of vanilla. Like I said, if I had to guess, I'd say lactose is in here. but they don't mention lactose. I feel they would put it on the can, so probably no lactose. Just, you know, my mind playing tricks on me, but there is a little bit of like a vanilla tinge in here. This is pretty sweet, but on the back end, I'd say like the first 75% of the palate, first, you know, 3/4 of the palate, pretty sweet through and through. As it hits the back of my palate, though, it dries out, has a nice semi-dry finish, so it doesn't finish too sweet. This is not going to be cloying. It has enough dryness, has a kiss of bitterness, too, on the back end. And I want to say the beer is, like, relatively clean, too. Like, 5 to 10 seconds after I drink this, I'm not left with a lot of lingering flavors. I just have a, you know, that semi-dry finish on the back, but for the most part, this is nice. Let me say this, if the body and mouthfeel were more appropriate, especially the mouthfeel, this would be a 4.5 out of 5 for me all day, every day. As is, though, the best I can give Dorks of Hazard Redorx from Hoof Hearted, I'm going to give it a straight 4.25 out of 5. Damn tasty beer, drinking quite well. This is 6 weeks old. Yeah, this drinks like a beer that's 2 or 3 weeks old, though. And it's funny I'm saying that because when Jeff sent me these, he wrote on the bottom of the cans or on the sides of the bottle of stuff he sent me the date that he thought they were released. And on this one, it says on the bottom, 9/13, but on the can here, and it's real small, you're not going to be able to see that on camera, but it says canned on 8/19/19. So he thought that I think it was his buddy Steve picked these up at the brewery. And he picked them up in, like, you know, what was it, mid-September, but they actually canned this like 3 weeks beforehand. And, you know, he sent me, he's like, oh, I thought it was super fresh or whatever. And you guys know me. I like to drink my IPAs and double IPAs, especially if I've had them in triple IPAs, any hop forward beer. I like to drink them fresh the first time I ever have them. When I say fresh, 6 weeks is fine by me, even a couple months, depending on the beer. So I'm not a big stickler when it comes, like, if a beer comes out, I don't have to drink it, you know, 5 days old. I can have it 5 weeks old. I can have it 7 weeks old. A lot of times it doesn't matter. But I just wanted to, you know, clarify with Jeff. I was like, hey man, did you know that the canned on date says 8/19/19? He's like, what do you mean? You know, my buddy Steve picked him up at the brewery. It was, you know, September 13th or 14th or whatever. And I was like, no, it says canned on 8/19. He's like, oh man. But then he drank one and he was like, it's still drinking great. And that's the thing. So many people go crazy about the dates. There's certain breweries, there's certain styles that if you don't drink them like a month, you know, or sooner, month old or sooner, yeah, they might fall off. And then I've had other half beers, and you guys know I love other half. I've had other half beers, 3, 4, 5, 6 months old. Hop forward beers that are still fucking delicious. So, you know, I'm not a huge stickler for the dates and whatnot. I want to drink most of my stuff fresh, but sometimes, you know, it's not possible. And this is a perfect example of a beer that's 6 weeks old, which isn't all that old to begin with, and it's still drinking quite well. So yeah, thanks again, Jeff, for this. This is really cool. Having Hoof Hearted stuff, most of the Hoof Hearted stuff I've had in the past has been from the brewery. I've only had 1 or 2 of their stuff that's been contract brewed, but the brewery stuff has been fantastic, and this kind of falls in place. So 4.25 out of 5 for Dorks of Hazard Redorx from Hoof Hearted. Price and availability, I'd imagine this is probably in the, you know, $16 to $20 range for a 4-pack, anywhere from $4 to $5 a can. And availability, I'm pretty sure this was brewery only, or, you know, close to Columbus. I don't know if they do contract brewing on this specific beer. Maybe they do, I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure this was picked up at the brewery. And yeah, it's a damn good beer. But Jeff, let me know if you know about the price and availability. I would appreciate it, good sir. And thanks again for sending it my way. I do appreciate it. And thanks to everybody for stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. 8.6%, like I said, it just drinks like more of a 6.5%, 7% from the ABV standpoint too. Really can't tell it has a huge alcohol blast, but you can also tell, you would think too, if I was doing this blind, like I said, from the body, yeah, I would guess this is 6.5%, 7%. So they've done a really good job at hiding the ABV. So props to Hoof for that. Anyway, thanks again. Till the next one. Cheers.